Some broadfork work here in the garden today. Start breaking some stuff up. I've already got some things planted over here, but I want to do this whole section that I got around here today. So that's really what the plan is. Sun's out, so I want to take advantage of it when I can. A little windy out, but not too bad. I've got some basically did some mowing already today, which is nice. I'm just onto this piece. Start loosening everything up. I say in the next couple days, I'm going to be getting a lot of this stuff in the ground, which would be good. But just trying to loosen everything up a bit here. Which this soil is in great shape. Again, I'm just planting this first section, and then I've got areas back over here behind me that are winter rye. That wait till I get that up. Winter rye that I'm gonna get started, which I'll be covering here in the next probably 2 weeks, so that I can kill it out and then work on getting the rest of my stuff planted. I've got a whole bunch of tomatoes I gotta get started this week so they can have 6 weeks of growth before I plant them. Like here in Michigan, it is still not safe to have many of my items in the ground until Memorial Day. It's just frost is too much of a thing. So a lot of this is just prep for some of the things I'm going to get in the ground, like right now, and get started. Since I've got my peas, I've got those, just a few ready to go, and then I got some cucumbers, and I do have some tomatoes currently that are up that I'm going to do basically just keep in the greenhouse. I think those should be that, but I've also got some cucumbers and other stuff. So it's one of the reasons that you use a broad fork, and where I'm doing no till with my planting here, is it keeps your soil nice and loose, so you can pull a full dandelion up like it's nothing. Okay, which is preferable for sure. All right, this guy right here. See how easy all that goes in. Easy peasy. Again, no-till comes up like it's nothing. Add it over there. All right. Like I said, got a lot of mowing done today, which is great. Which has also got my second compost pile is definitely doing well. Excited about that. It's pretty much full already, just from what we were putting in this winter versus just what we put in this winter. It's crazy. This time last year it was freezing out when I was putting this garden enclosure in. It's wild. Now we're in a good spot. I wonder, let me put this up a little bit. All right, but I don't think the battery on this has been charged in a while. Yeah, no, we're good. All right, just put it over there. But anyways, no. Oh wait, no, that is up on. Good to see. So was wondering how my AI camera mount was going to work out here in the garden. It's doing a good job, staying right on me. Cool. All right. So anyways, year 2 with this and this garden, things look really good. Really, really good. I'm real happy with where they're at. The soil is in great condition. I put what do I have on there? Cypress chips. Neighbors going by had cypress chips on it last year just to keep it in, retain a lot of moisture. And then I've got my cover crop here, this winter rye that I put in at the end of basically in the fall last year to get it started, and it did a great job as far as doing through the winter, doing its thing, and now it's off to the races. So fortunately, it's got a small amount of time left before I'm going to be covering it and putting it out. So I think I'm going to level this off just a little bit more here. Oops. Over here. There you go. All right. But I say just loosening everything up for right now. Be putting some peas in the ground here. And you get to see how I do that with my peas too, because I've saved, I'm going to bring them in here, actually get them off the grass. I've saved them, my sunflower stalks. We'll do that after this. Bring them in here, just kind of set them up in the corner. Cured them inside the greenhouse over the winter. So now they are basically bamboo at this point. I saved them and then be using those to help out with. There's a hard spot that needs to get broken up. A couple areas where I've got, it's along the path where I was. Yeah, a lot of stuff needs to still be broken up a little bit. I had a different walkway in here last year. We're going to completely undo that. Try not to have any paths this year. See how that goes. So walk amongst the stuff I planted. But anyways, saying the idea here to have garden set up and have everything kind of ready to go in the ground in May. The end of May, basically at Memorial Day weekend. That's when you can pretty much guarantee we won't have any more frost. Because we've had our days up in the 70s and already to this year, but we've been having some mornings that are still down in the low 30s, and that's going to be a thing for quite a while. So that nice and soft. Nice aerated here. Get nice and loosened up. But again, if you never used a broad fork before, they're cake. They're great for in the garden. Again, they just loosen everything up for you. That's what you want. Helps everything grow. Water, air, nutrients. Everything gets down to your roots. All the microbes love it. They want as loose a soil as you can get. When it's overly compacted, it doesn't have any water it can hold on to. So, that's one of the reasons that you decompact your soil in your yard. You want to do that consistently as well too. Now I've got a ton of pumpkin seeds here from a pumpkin that basically died Or it rotted on the vine. It was hidden. I didn't see it. I didn't see it until it was too late. So I just left it in, see what would happen. And it did what I thought it was going to do. Feed a few critters over the winter, then leave me a whole bunch of seeds on the ground. Oh. These out of here. So that's what I'm saying. Do your broad forking. Get them some really nice loose soil. Or just say uncompacted soil. Which basically means you just walk the weeds right out. So the first time of probably three times I'll do this as far as the broad forking before the whole dandelion up like it's nothing. First of three times I'll do this before I plant anything in May. I don't like ripping a lot of these, like anything, you don't want to till, but got to get these guys out of here. The crabgrass, you all know, they're just so detrimental. They suck up stuff. This clover, well, it's nice and all, or I'm gonna be planting at. Don't necessarily want it in for the long haul. Something here, you got to go. But really what I'm looking for, just get the stuff out of here, keep whatever plant matter I can. Again, you see this, haven't even gone through and done the broad fork on this yet, but because of the way that I manage the soil in my garden, came up like it was nothing. Easy peasy for that. See, it's getting ready to be a dandelion. It's getting ready to pop out. What I know is trying to get a dandelion out is next to impossible, because look at that taproot. That thing's insane. So that's the idea. Coming through here, just cleaning this up a little bit today. I've got more mulch I'll be putting down on this. So I've got compost that I'm gonna be putting on top of this after I plant, or before I plant, whatever. And basically beginning of May, middle of May, come through back here again, re-broad fork everything, just keep it loose, and put some my compost that I've been making. Been working for the last year on my compost, just to build up the stock. I hope that'll have second pile will be juiced enough by then to put on here, but if not, no worries. Just put it on after. But I have some excessively mature compost, which is great. It's just been sitting there waiting for May to get here, so use it. Yeah, if you've never used one of these before, broad fork, they're well worth it. There's not a lot of effort to it, but the first time you go through and you loosen up your soil, it's a little bit of work to it, don't get me wrong. Especially if your ground's really been compacted down hard. But in the case of, in this case, year 2 on this stuff, this is a path that I'm bringing up right now, but so there's a little bit of work to do on this still. Once you get into that, the first bit of it done, you just keep it square. It does really, really good. So we got a whole bunch. By whole bunch, I mean a lot of It's a mixture of the, like this. If you see those or not, right up here. This is winter wheat, or winter rye, excuse me. Just tell because got no rhizome attached to it. Or we get rid of these, which look very similar. You get down underneath, and you start seeing all the rhizome action. That is crabgrass. That's no bueno. You don't like that stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, it serves a very important purpose. It does protect the ground. It does provide nice cover if you want. Like in this case, the soil is doing its thing. I got enough wood chips on here, but I'm going to come through and put some more on here in a little bit. I got compost. I may actually just come put some of that down so it's covered. So we want to make sure, rule number one with your garden and your soil to protect, you always keep the ground covered. Let's see what I got down here. So in this case, how far down does this guy go? Had my, what we got? Got one of my wild garlic. You grow everywhere around here. So good. Smells great. Yeah, like, here you go. This is when you know you got crabgrass versus something else. Every time that breaks, we'll make a new piece of grass. We're gonna leave that out, just let her dry out. There. This stuff looks pretty good. There you go. Okay. So again, when you have your soil decompacted in your garden, even if you get the cauliflower, I'm sorry, the good Lord, dandelions take root, they pop out just fine because you've basically decompacted your soil enough to where it does its root and it grows fine, but it'll pop right out too. That's what you want. That's what this is all about. Not the most. Oh, zip over to this side now. Get up here, you. There we go. Again, not the most exciting content for sure, but some things get done. Gotta do your broad forking. Keep all the soil loose. Then I'll be putting stuff in the ground here in a little bit, but give me a little help with some of these early season weeds that do pop in here from time to time, try to take root. Makes them easier just to get out. Better to stay in front of them now than trying to manage them later. So same thing, like just this little dandelion, little baby one. Got the full taproot out. It's good to go. Again, this was some of my winter rye. It made it, when I was spreading it, I just kind of tossed it wherever. I left this area because I had tomatoes in. Kind of left it alone. Cool. These guys are all looking pretty good here. Yeah. There's some crabgrass. Get you out of there. Those nasty roots. Okay. You're covered back up. Yeah, so had a new client I started with this weekend. For those you don't know, I'm a business coach also, which is why the title of this this channel is I'm a Business Guys. That's my company. But so you see a lot of my business stuff, and I do small business news in the mornings. Like a little live show, half hour every day. But I also do my gardening on here too, which is great. What do we find there? Got a stone I just heard. I want to go down and get that guy. This garden where I was at too, this general area running like this direction, almost kitty corner across, diagonal. About 6 feet down was an old like a river, like a stream because there was tons of pebbles. Like tons and tons of pebbles just stretched across. So when I was pulling them up, I was like, I was busy putting in the holes, augering for all the fence posts. I was like, what in the world did I just hit? There's tons of pebbles everywhere. These are, I'll leave these guys in. They're not hurting anybody. But this guy, again, this is why you always want to keep a rod fork around, keep your garden as garden soil decompacted as possible. This is a dandelion that just got started a little bit ago. You see that taproot, kind of size of that thing, right? But it popped out like it was nothing because the soil is so decompacted. You can basically just bring it right out. I like that clover. So, rest of that is, yeah, the rest of that's winter wheat. Okay, winter rye, excuse me, leave that where it is. So, okay, on my next patch here, I'll leave that clover to do its thing. This guy's coming out for sure. That's crabgrass, but I'm gonna leave my clover going in here. It clover, when it gets in there, does nitrogen fixing, so it's kind of amending my soil, putting the N2 in there, the nitrogen that the plants need, so it does it naturally, which is why you do cover crops with certain types of stuff. Legumes are good for that. They have a lot of they're really good at fixing nitrogen in the soil. The main reason that you want to keep something planted in the ground as much as possible has to do with, and I found this funny, so basically letting the plants, as far as the roots, you want that, all the biomatter, the material in there, all the root structure. So let's water, let's air it through there, but also it's bringing carbon in as well. It's sequestering carbon in the ground for the microbes to have something to munch on. So, got another. Let that guy go. Got another one of my wild garlics came up all over here. Didn't really hurt anything. I usually just let them go. If I need them, I need them. I can always come out here and grab one. It's you don't have wild garlic in your area. They're pretty cool. They just they're around. They're milder versions of what we typically use for garlic. So they're kind of nice. So, like that clover, like I said, you get dandelion started in your garden and you've done your job. They pop out like they're nothing. There you go. So look at that. Can't really see this, but this is one root, one crabgrass. Look at that thing. You can see 1, 2, 3. It basically was set up to bring, sorry about that. It was basically getting set up to do 2 more crabgrasses coming out of there. That thing was about 18 inches long off of one. So that's why we want to get crabgrass and dandelion out. Although dandelions, again, they don't hurt anything. They're not necessarily hurt anything. They're pretty good for the soil too. That big taproot, it breaks up ground. But the thing is, this is the big but, according with it, dandelions make a ton of dandelions. And before you know it, if you know, like you said, keep an eye on them, like everyone's aware, they tend to take over wherever they're at. Let's see. Look at all these tomatoes, tomato seeds. That's pretty cool. They came out pretty nice. Yeah, so this section here was all, I had tomatoes all through here. This year, changing it up because behind where you're at on my garden, my tomatoes didn't do very well on that side, that back corner. So I'm going to put some, basically put some early season stuff in there right now. So I've got behind you is carrots and radishes are behind you. I'm going to have peas that I'm going to run basically through here. A stretch of them here. And then I'm going to start, I've got some zucchini, and I'm going to basically cluster my zucchini and squash and cucumbers around here this year, I think. Also got some cucamelons, which are going to go on this. They're going to grow on my fence here. First year doing those, we'll see how that goes. But another experimentation year in the, when it comes to a power one. Oh, there it is. Okay. Wasn't falling. This little AI mount that, you know, follow me around while I'm doing stuff in it. Stop for a bit. But anyways, you want to have, I'm going to have some of this stuff set up so I can do more experimentation on exactly what I'm going to be growing out here, like where it's going to be at. Stuff I'm not going to, I grew last year, I won't be growing this year. I tried cantaloupe just to see what it would do here. And not a big fan of it where it was. I may try it on my trellis, but we'll see. My acorn squash, because on the side that you're at over, doesn't get as much sun. It's weird. Gets plenty of sun, but just is a little cooler, I guess. They didn't do so well. My pumpkins did good, and I won't be doing watermelons this year. They just got an awful lot of real estate to give up for something that, frankly, you just don't get a lot of return out of until I think it was late September, early October before my watermelons were ready. Who the hell wants watermelon in October? You know what I mean? Nobody does. No, by the answer is no one. No one wants watermelon. But the other reason I do my garden, so again, saying how easy the dandelions pop up. Those huge taproots are there doing their thing, but they got to go. Or crabgrass. But yeah, no one wants watermelon. So anyways, the other piece that I'm doing here so I'll be doing a build. I'll go live for it. I'm not sure when. Kind of like I did with when I put my solar panels out with my inverter. I ran power to my I set up a solar power system with an inverter in my garden shed on Saturday. So there's a video for that if you want to go see how I did that. But I'll probably go live again when I do some more of the stuff that I'm going to be doing out here as well. So I think it'll be good. Yeah. All right. Oh, there's another piece here. Show you what I'm dealing with when it comes to this. This guy's got taproots way down. Ooh. Get that a little further. There we go. There it popped. Blink. So this guy's been there for a minute. That's a big taproot. That guy's been there for a while. So take a look at these crabgrasses here. Get these guys out of here. Want any of these here? What are they going to be setting up here? I may start on my. There you go. That's what I'm talking about with those crabgrass. Look at all that. It's terrible. Put it over there, let it dry out, and then throw it in with the compost. Throw it in tomorrow or something. All right, making some rounds here, getting some stuff done. Oh yeah. Again, crabgrass stuff is terrible. Sucks at it. I mean, it does good stuff. It gets in the ground. It's feeding the microbes. I'm happy about that. But man, this stuff is prolific once it gets going. Which, again, this was an empty lot when I moved in here. So, I'm currently having to undo, 60, 100 years of you know, neglect. Well, not neglect. It was just literally just an open field when I moved in here. So, you know, trying to get this biome to a place where it's, you know, it's basically just for the garden. It's going to take, you know, it's going to take a few years to get everything out. Like, also up against the other neighbors that whether or not they decide they want to keep their yards free, crabgrass and what they want to do, but you know, it is what it is. All right. Yeah, let me put the depending on the time frame here. I've got a call I have to get on here in an hour, so I got to be done here 25 minutes or so, 25-30 minutes. That's again, like I say, you know, it's the joy of being a business coach is that, you know, I get to, like, this weekend, spent the day with my new clients. Man, they're great. It's a trucking company, really good work. Attentive. They are exactly what I look for. You know, you want to have whenever you're dealing with, obviously as a business coach, you want to have clients who, when you show up and get them moving, they, you know, they're ready to do the work. You're not having to, you know, pull them through. And in this case with them, I definitely didn't have to do that. So nice. Okay, a bit of crabgrass. That out of here. Again, I don't mind having weeds in the garden. I'm not one of those folks that's like freaks out about them. They serve a purpose. They're growing here. It means they're bringing something to the party. But here you. Yeah. But you know, I also want to make sure. Now this over here, if you see, I'll bring you over to take a look. This is my German thyme plant that I planted here last year. I just needed to get. God, it smells so good. Come here, show you this thing. Love German thyme. So good. Here, Warmy, get back in there. Cover you up. My German thyme plant over here. Okay. It's this guy right here. Right here. Yeah. So when I got this, I ordered this from a seed, from seeds last year. Started it off early, and then got her in. And you haven't, if you have not, so good. If you have never had the chance to be around to smell this stuff, it's amazing. It's the best type of thyme, as far as I'm concerned. It's not the one you're probably used to. You've done mostly Thanksgiving type of stuff. It's but man, it's really good, especially with like lemon thyme chicken. It's so good. Yum yum yum. Because the other thyme, not a big fan of, to be honest. But this stuff. But I gotta cut this back and probably relocate this guy because I don't want to put him in a pot. But man, and they get the best looking little flowers too. So the pollinators love them. Got more crabgrass. Just working on getting this guy out of here. Like I said, all right, so there's that. All right, so I'm gonna set this up in a way for you to kind of follow me while I'm working here. I'm gonna bring in. Sorry for the shoddy video performance here. Anybody who's watching off the live stream, but this is what it is. Just gonna bring in my bamboo. Here we go. It's not bamboo. It is my sunflower stalks from last year that I cured over winter in my greenhouse. This is something a lot of folks don't know that you can do with your sunflower stalks. You cure them over winter, and can hear that or not, but if I get a couple of bang together, they're basically turned into bamboo. So I've got all this goodness that I'm just going to be stacking up over here. Because I'm a bird for now. At this, you guys can see this or not. Probably hard to see right here. It's a piece of metal art that the guy where we, gentleman since passed, where we rented his property, was a friend of the family. When I was at his place and we were doing work, I asked him if I could have that for my garden. He was like, "Yeah, man, take it." So I was real happy. I was something to remember him by. Doc, that's what he went by. He's a dentist. So anyways, there. Bring in the rest of these. Okay, so we're gonna use you. There. Stay put, stay open. Now, so with this, these guys are going to be used for all, well, my peat is going to be used for staking my peas. Anything I got to stake this year, just going to be using that. So tomatoes will have that. I'm going to stake my summer squash and my zucchini with those, probably double or triple, so they're be able to support all the weight. But it'll be that piece. What else? Oh yeah, I've got those. I'm gonna make a nice little. Come find me. There you go. Sorry. Sometimes my my camera mount loses me. I'm also gonna use these to make up like a lattice, where to have again some other climbing things that'll go up there. You know, 'cause I'm gonna have a bunch of cucumbers in the greenhouse. I'll have some out here. Not trying to have too many out here though. Well, we'll see. But yeah, we'll find some other vining stuff to be able to have. May just do some flowers too. Just run them up. I don't know. Got lots of options. That's the joy of why I grow as many of these as I do. So, all right, let's get here. Please. So, last year I grew. Over here, buddy. Come over here. There we go. There you go. So I grew four rows of, I don't know, probably close to 60, 70 sunflowers. Half were mammoth, half were the sunburst type. So it's got me a nice little, variation in size. But I mean, just look at the size of that. That's solid. That's going to be able to hold up plenty right there. So you can grow some sunflowers. And then if you have a place to store them, to cure them, because otherwise they'll rot. But in the greenhouse, it's a pretty consistently, chill environment, or controlled environment, so it's not as bad. All right, this last one again, just last two. Like I said, I have a bunch of them that I did just to be on the safe side over here. And the reason I grew so many is because I also feed the birds with all the sunflower seeds throughout the winter, but also have a bunch too, because some of them, they do end up decomposing a little bit more than others, but that's fine. I definitely have more than I'm going to need, but as this stuff can compost. So when I'm done with it, if I don't need it, throw it in the compost bin. So yeah, so that stuff's done there. All right, let's do some thinking about where I want to put my peas at. Because they're going to get to about yay high, give or take. I may, what I might do? I think I'm going to do two different 2 different plantings of peas. I think that's what it's going to be. I'm going to do 1 row right here. Actually, on that side. No, we'll put them here, so that way they're getting plenty of sun too. So I'm going to do 1 row here and another row right in front of it. And then I may do 1 more, you know, basically just, I might do 4 rows of peas just in front of me here. Because by the time that they're, this first 2 are ready to go, so this first one's done, this area back here, I'm going to have cleared out. And this is going to be where all my tomatoes are going. In this whole section over here, I'm going to have probably close to 40 plants of San Marzanos this year. So, yeah, I've got some other smaller, and that'll give me, I do those here, here, here. Tomatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes. I got carrots. Cucumber, squash. Okay, yeah, I think I can make that work. We don't want the squash and the zucchini too close to each other. That tends to go bad in a hurry. So, okay. So let me do this last little bit here. I missed just a couple spots here. Maybe we can clear up around the old put on a little bit. Let some fresh nutrients get down to my thyme plant. That thing is so big. It's just huge. Make sure this is, yep, so this was, so this, winter rye. And this is what I was saying as far as why you want to make sure that you are always keeping an eye on your compaction in your garden. That is one of the dandelions that has taken root over already. And it came up like it was nothing. So just toss it over there, let it dry out, throw it in the compost later. But yeah, you want to keep it so that way you can bring your weeds up all at once, get the roots and everything. So you're not breaking anything off. Again, I like to keep, you know, as much stuff as I can planted as long as I can, but there's other stuff that's got to, you know, for reasons, gotta come out. So cool. All right, that looks pretty good for today. And where we're at, just wanted to get a little bit done here for my meeting. Gotta get some beverages in me and some water there. Cool. All right, thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit here. It's good stuff. You know, I try to come on here at least an hour in the afternoons whenever I'm working, whenever I'm in the garden. I try to go live. So make sure I got anything else left to do here. No, I think we're all good. Winter rye is popping. Love it. So, all right, y'all. You have a good day, and I will see you all later.